not too much, and it doesn't get into weird. Then, like, with the Brett's, like, that's just a whole nother bag of worms that would be so cool to be able to really pin down a great Brett. But we found that the ones that are available that we've messed with from White Labs really don't hit the mark. Though we do kind of like 644 as a kind of wild card strain, which is a combo, right, Chris, of Saccharomyces and Brettanomyces?
My understanding was that it was a Saccharomyces originally classified as a Brettanomyces. And a little while ago, they were like, oh, we screwed up. It's regular yeast. It's just kind of weird.
It's just a yeast that makes things sour. Oh,
Yeah.
or bad.
Oh, yeah.
Weird. You'd think from a microscope they'd be able to tell whether it was a fungus or a fungus or a bacteria.
Well, Brett and Saccharomyces are both funguses, right? And
Oh, Brett is a fungus.
Okay. Yeah. But I would love to hear what folks' experiences and experiments are, in the sour mead world. And, if folks have tried ours, if they think that there are ways they would improve it if they could, or what they liked about ours, or, because, gosh, no one else that we know of is really doing them on, a 20, 30 barrel scale. That was the scale that we did that sour orange blossom on. And we would love to do it again. We just love some more feedback too. People like it.
People are, it sucks, or it's great, or here's why, yes or no. And guys, that's a signal to like call in if you want to, 803-443-6323, 803-443-6323, if you want to come in and tell them what you think about their sour meads if you've had them, or ask some questions if you haven't, and learn more about that. I have kind of and this may be totally out in left field, and it's certainly going to show my beer ignorance. A long time ago at a brewing, I went to a local brewing groups meeting. They have me every year come in, and I basically do like a little dog and pony show on mead for them. And it's always a lot of fun and everything. But they all bring, beer to pass around. And we're all sitting down, and there are basically bottles going around, and everybody takes their little sip and passes it on. And somebody was doing a funky beer. And I'd never had a funky beer before. It was, like sour and smelly and gross looking. And I'm like, ew, why would I want to drink this? It's broken, Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, trust us. It's real beer. It's actually a style. And I'm going, y'all are screwing with me. I don't know the difference, and you're messing with me. I know you are. Because I have friends who do this, we'll just say, I won't mention any names, but because I'm so much fun to screw with, but, so they're like, no, really, it's the truth. So I drank it, and it had this, this whole weird nose going in, and I'm like, I'm going to hate this. This is going to be weird. Oh my gosh, this stuff tastes pretty good. Is this even in the same realm as that, or is this a whole other thing? This showing it's like I say, showing my beer ignorance, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the kind of category defining sours is Duchess de Bourgogne, right? Which, I'm going to get into the edges of my knowledge, but I believe it's a Flanders Red. Right, Chris?
I didn't catch any of that, actually.
Oh, Duchess from Duchess de Bourgogne, the Belgian sour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Flanders Red.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a traditionally soured, like, leave the wort exposed to the elements over a day, let whatever's floating in the brewery settle, then put it in the tank, and then let it go. No domestic yeasts involved, and then they'll age it on oak for a while, and that creates its own little microbiota, and you're kind of blurring the lines between traditional winemaking and beer making in that regard, really relying on age and the complexities of, the microbes that landed in that wort to dictate the term or the taste. And maybe they've got a strong enough culture in the brewery that it's relatively consistent, and then they blend it across multiple batches to achieve consistency as well. But it's a much different way to make a product than like our big mechanistic factory approach to making beer that's typically employed, where you're using a perfect strain of yeast and pitching a huge amount of it and guarding every little step of the way. So yeah, I'd say it's closer to that, but we want to evolve to the point where we can scale it consistently, produce it, hit those taste characteristics of honey expression, tartness to balance the honey, but clean up the palate and make it a really integrated, dynamic drink that could rival any champagne out there. Like, I think our Sour Orange Blossom really is a great entry point for people who are into champagne.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a caller, Joel Robinson in Australia, who wants to talk to his buddy Frank. So hang on, I'm bringing him in. Joel, have we got you? Oh, no, it's still trying to call him.
They're in the champagne.
There he is. Joel, are you here?
Got a caller, Joel Robinson in Australia.
Turn off your feed, Joel. You're gonna get weird feedback otherwise.
Hang on.
Hey, welcome, mate.
Hey, Joel.
How you going, mate?
Joel interned with us about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago after the UC Davis Advanced Mead Making course.
Nice.
And so, yeah, man, great to hear your voice.
Oh, no worries. I heard you were going to be on today, so I've put the kids to bed early. It's 1 o'clock here, and catch up with my buddy.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, you're still here.
Yep. Oh, yeah. No. Look, I've only just turned it on, but for those of you that are aware of what Frank is doing, I was thinking about it last night. It's kind of bigger than just mead, what Frank's up to. It's nearly a global movement he's trying to achieve with his open source and the 1% profit back to organisations. And I think that if people aren't aware of that, then that's something that definitely needs to be supported, and it's putting the power back into the people, giving us the knowledge in our hands so that we can take the power back. And on top of that, not only is he, being a leader in that field, but that sour mead that Frank makes is unbelievably good. So people need to get onto that and get down to San Diego, and they need to try it if you haven't. It's some of the best meat I've ever had.
Yeah, we really liked it when they sent us some. You hear that, Frank? You're out standing in a field. Do they even have fields in San Diego? I don't know.
Avocados and oranges.
There you go. Sorry about that. It was there. I had to take it. But yeah, I think you're right. I think they're breaking new ground and doing some really interesting stuff. And the sooner I can get the Dern Wiki up with all of the secrets of sour meads on Got Mead, so that all the data that they so generously provided can be accessed, I think the better.
Definitely. He gave me a really good head start for what we're trying to do back home in Australia, and he knows how much it meant to us and my family, and just spending time with Frank and his family was a beautiful thing. So it is the start of a very long friendship we've developed, and yeah, if people haven't met Frank, he's a very good man.
Thanks, Joel. Well, Joel's had a great example for how to be an intern. He worked his tail off and only asked questions when we were when it was a good opportunity, and was just so attentive to how he could help. So it was we were so eager to share what we know with him, because he made himself just so helpful for the whole team. And he brought us some Stone's ginger wine from Australia, which is
cool.
never had this.
Oh dear.
Well, and you know we've got another one who was a good intern here too. Blair did intern for Colony and Moonlight to learn, to kind of get the backgrounding down before he opens up his place.
Yeah, my buddy Blair. I met Blair as well when I was there in the UC Davis course, and I wanted to have a chat to him, but I got on here a little bit late today. But if you're still listening, I'd say g'day Blair, and he's another guy. He's
still on the call.
Hey Blair, how you going, man?
Great, man. You down under still?
I said we've got Georgia and we've got Australia. I love it. Two of the coolest accents on the planet dueling.
That's it.
Gotta love it.
We spoke at length, Blair and I, about what he was up to, and I like his style, and we're going to put a little story about all these guys and all the people that I met over there when I was fortunate enough to spend some time with the States, and anyone thinking about doing those courses, get on to Amina Harris, and it's a good opportunity. It's for us, it's put me forward about 5 years for where we want to be, that we just wouldn't have had the contacts and the opportunity. And I started out listening to Got Mead and being on the forums, and just really, really taking this idea of mead to another level here in Australia. That's our plan, to be like Frank and be like Blair someday.
Cool. You have followers. That's awesome.
Yes. It's a movement, right? Like we've got a bit the culture of mead, so that we're not all just like, it's like once you see the light,
oh God, yes. You too will understand the magic of the mead. Come, join us.
Drink the mead.
Drink the holy mead.
Drink the mead.
Oh Lord.
Oh God, yeah.
We can make it intercontinental.
Oh boy.
Trans-Pacific.
No, what we need to do is we need to set up like a meadery on the top of Ayers Rock, and then we've got the center for the cult right there.
There you go.
Oh dear. Well, like how many great bands were basically cults?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I'm saying nothing about my thing for Alice Cooper.
Oh God, yeah, I love Alice Cooper. Can you say the Grateful Dead? Yeah, I thought you could. Okay, I'm gonna bring. We got another one coming in. I got Hamish, also from Australia. So yeah, Hamish wants to come in, so we're calling him.
Awesome.
And it looks like we're gonna be overwhelmed by Aussies tonight. So hey,
Sweet.
Hamish, are you here?
I am.
Hey, welcome, man.
G'day, how you doing, guys?
Pretty good. We're dueling Americans and Aussies right now. Y'all are slowly overwhelming us, one person at a time here.
Yep, battle of the accents. It's awesome.
I had a question for the boys. Being as you haven't nailed down your recipe quite, or your procedure quite the way you're happy with, how is the market coping with your variability in what you're producing?
I'm getting some feedback from you, Hamish. Are you on headphones or speaker?
I'm on headphones.
Okay, dial down your volume just a smidge. Yeah, I'm getting a little feedback from your thing. Make sure that your live feed is off too.
Yeah, live feed's definitely off.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I heard you loud and clear, Hamish. And the question I heard was consistency and how do people receive it. So I think with sours, there's a fair amount of latitude because it's so wild, it's so different, and we found that the batches that we love, we go to town on, and we really proselytize about it. But we kind of advise folks like, hey, this is experimental mead making here, so watch out, and we're not going to really release stuff to the trade, through our distributor that we're not really stoked on. Whereas the tasting room, we can be like, all right, these are new mead drinkers. We're not going to try them on the super weird stuff. We're going to pour them kind of the first flip forward meads. And Chris works our tasting room, so he's got a really good read on how that works. And once they come back a couple of times, or once they're like getting excited, or once he's felt them out and kind of seen like, okay, these people are open-minded